And do whatever you'd like to do with your eyes. So you can blink your eyes shut or close the windows of your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever helps you really begin to sink in and come into the present moment. And begin by focusing on your breath. And take a few deep breaths in and then release. Really let that out breath move any cobwebs or distractions or preoccupations, the busyness of the day. Just let the out breath carry it all away for now. And then imagine that you are drawing a circle around yourself, 360 degrees around you, about 3 or 4 feet out. Begin just to imagine yourself inside this circle like a bubble. And let the next out breath really just take you deep down into your heart center. So the movement or the motion might be letting that breath take you from your mind and just almost like you're sliding down into your heart. Just giving our minds a little bit of a break today. Just for 30 minutes, that's all. We always come back to our mind and we thank it. Thank it for its brilliance and for the way it gets us through the day. But just use that breath to drop from head down into heart. And imagine that your heart center now is shining brightly with light, green light, filling up that whole circle. And your whole body and the circle around you is shining brightly with green light. We turn our attentions to sky and to universal life force energy. You might feel it as divine love or God's love. You might feel it as sunshine or stars or moonbeams. Just feel it coming down through the top of your head, down into your heart, and shining brightly, brightly, brightly into your circle, your bubble. We thank that powerful force, that powerful life force energy. And you might just let it seep into any areas of your body that feel a little blocked today. We'll get to the energy centers and the chakras, but just if there's any physical areas, just feel that sky energy, divine love, just moving into those physical areas, filling you up, swirling around. And then draw your attention to the base of your spine or your feet, whichever you like. And drop a grounding cord from there. down into the earth. And make it nice and thick, maybe the width of your whole body, your hips. And let it drop down as far as it wants to, into past all the layers of the earth. Might even go all the way to the core, to the fiery core, and let it anchor you there. And then begin to draw earth energy up through that grounding cord and let it fill from your feet or your base of your spine up, moving up and down your light body channel and shining brightly out, filling your bubble. Might settle in your heart. And again, fill up that circle, this time with earth energy. So we're grounded and we're centered. We're home. We're inside of our circle. Collect your whole self within. This is one of the safest spaces you can be in. Now begin to focus on that root chakra at the base of your spine. And the color is red, so you might just imagine red light flowing right there at the base of your spine. And this is your right to have and to belong, to survive. And so if you're ever feeling a little misplaced, or that you don't belong, or that you're struggling with survival or money, this would be a place just to flood with the color red. And I'm just going to read some of the plants and flowers that nourish this chakra. And again, don't feel like you have to remember all of this, because I'm going to send it to you in a link. And this is the work of one of my favorite authors and teachers, Faye Johnston. So red roses. Just pick one of these and let it, just imagine it there. Red roses, red tulips, poppies, or dandelions. Oak trees. Licorice, marshmallows, nettle. If any of those resonate, just imagine picking a plant or sitting next to a tree, an oak tree, and feel that root chakra balancing, opening, relaxing, and flowing. Ginger or licorice root tea is great. And if you like essential oils, cinnamon, frankincense, patchouli, cedarwood, myrrh, or clove, cinnamon. There's just so many ways to tap into the natural world for support. And, we can just believe whatever this is where we have to drop out of mind. Just imagine all the ways our ancestors used herbs and teas and plants to help balance their moods and their bodies. Then moving up to that sacral chakra right in the lower abdomen. The color is orange, and this is about feelings. All feelings are valid. All feelings are important. And if you're struggling with too many feelings or not feeling your feelings, calendula, orchids, pomegranates, parsley, or red clover. Just imagine just sitting with some flowers there or eating pomegranates. Hibiscus or calendula tea. And if you've got essential oils, jasmine, sandalwood, lang lang, clary, sage, or neroli. Again, just honoring the natural world, the herbs, the flowers, the plants, to help us balance our feelings. Moving up to the solar plexus. The color is yellow. And this is about our ability to do. The affirmation would be, I do, or I can. Personal power, getting things done. So the plant or flower is sunflower. Just imagine a big sunflower. Dandelions again, rosemary. And the herbal teas would be rosemary leaf or peppermint. And the essential oils are peppermint, lemongrass, bergamot, rosemary, or black pepper. And again, you might imagine an old grandma, an old ancient ancestor of yours. If you're feeling low or like you're just stuck, and she might say, oh, darling, here's some sunflowers and let's drink some peppermint tea together. Moving up to that heart chakra, this is, of course, about love. The color is green. It's about loving yourself and loving others. So the flower or the plant is lavender, roses again, any pink flowers, and hawthorn blossoms and berries. The herbal teas are rose petal tea or hawthorn berry tea. And the essential oils are rose, jasmine, melissa, or lavender. So just imagine your heart chakra shining, opening, increasing its capacity for love. And if you're ever feeling like you're lacking in some self-compassion, you might just stop and get yourself some pink flowers or some roses and drink some tea. The throat is the next chakra, and the color there is blue. And of course, the throat chakra is all about your right to speak, to say what you really mean or really feel, what you think. The right to speak and hear truth. So the flowers or plants are sage, thyme, eucalyptus, or borage flowers. The tea is verbena or chamomile or sage tea. And the essential oils are eucalyptus, basil, peppermint, spearmint, or thyme. So this throat chakra, we've been talking about it, all of them, but this one's the one that really got shut down in Western culture, especially for women and for men. So just super important. And just think about drinking some chamomile tea to help open that throat chakra. The third eye, then, is the ability to see. Intuition and imagination, see with the bigger picture. It's your spiritual eyes, your spiritual imagination. And the flower or plant is cornflower, rosemary, mugwort, or rowan tree. It's fun to find these trees at a garden, a botanic garden of sort, some of these plants. And herbal tea is jasmine, mugwort, or mint. And if you've got essential oils, it's clary sage, juniper, lavender, angelica root, or chamomile. And I'll tell you, I just take a little juniper or lavender oil and put it on my throat every once in a while. I'm sorry, on my third eye. That's what we're working on here, the third eye. You might have mugwort essential oil too, and that works here. And then lastly is the crown chakra right here at the top of the head. This is our connection to the divine and our ability to understand spiritual insights. The color is usually violet or white. And a few of the flowers or plants are lotus. We've done lots of lotus meditations in this group. Yarrow, angelica, orchid, apple, or cherry. The herbal tea is a lavender blend, and the essential oils are lavender, frankincense, or neroli. So if you're ever wondering where you are spiritually and how you're connected to something larger than yourself, a little lavender tea, or finding yourself looking at even pictures, buying an orchid, or looking at pictures of lotus flowers. Of course, the most powerful thing you can do is actually get the plant that we've mentioned here and use the plant material on one of these centers, these chakra centers. So feel your whole energy body just opening up and balancing with the power of the natural world, plants, trees, and herbs. And you might even imagine yourself at a garden or sipping tea. Feel each of us in our own circle, our own energy body. You might even just picture that bubble of yours now, either glowing brightly with the rainbow colors, or there may have been one flower or plant or herb. You might just see that in your mind's eye as it just increases the vibration of your circle and your bubble. Feel all of us in this sacred circle with all this wonderful, beautiful, natural, and energetic power. And bring to mind anyone that you know or anything in your life that may be not ideal, anyone you know who's suffering. And just feel all the power of this circle here and just send it their way. If you need some rejuvenation above and beyond our meditation that we've just done, just soak up the power of the circle, of all of us gathered in this space, shining brightly with light, full of good energy, healing and harmonizing energy. And then bring to mind the things for which you're grateful. Might be people, situations, weather, our homes. Certainly it is the some semblance of returning to normal. And let that energy of gratitude now fill your circle and our circle. Thank the plants and the trees and the herbs that you've interacted with today. Any of those that really stuck with you. And just rest in this place for a minute here, just this place of home. Soak up that feeling of a little more harmony and balance and your connection to these plants and trees and herbs. And gradually begin to feel your breath again. Notice it consciously. And using that out breath, just check in on your grounding cord. Thank it for keeping you from floating away. Thank the earth, all of its beauty and bounty. Thank the sky and the universe and spirit, the divine. And you don't need to leave your circle or your bubble. You can just stay in there. The more we stay in it, the more we're conscious of it, the better in life. But just as we begin to blink our eyes open, just bring our minds back online. Thanking that part of ourselves too. And then in your own way, in your own time, Feel free to turn your screens back on or not. Just you can unmute and say goodbye.